Francois Maximilian Message, 1650 to 1722, whose ideas influenced Buffon's Natural History of 1714. This is also a vulgar error that the Jews are all black, for this is only true for the Portuguese Jews, who marrying always amongst one another begat children like themselves. They marry always amongst each other, and they were black, and they beget children like themselves, and all around the world, who no matter where they went, whether it was Africa, whether it was Spain, whether it was Europe, and consequently the swarthiness of their complexion is entailed upon their whole race. They said they were black, okay? They were swarthy, even in the northern regions, but the Jews who are originally of Germany, those, for example, I have seen at Prague, are not blacker than the rest of their countrymen. It has been pretended that the Jews who is this? This is also from my son's work, okay? These are my son's words. He said, it has been pretended that the Jews who originally from Syria and Palestine can have the same brown complexion they have had formerly. As my son, however, justly observed, the Jews of Portugal alone are tawny, and they always marry with their own tribe. The complexion of their parents is transmitted to the children, and thus with little diminution, preserved even in the northern countries. The German Jews, those of Prague, for example, are not more swarthy than the other Germans. So these are different interpretations of that particular statement. Another evidence is that of James Cross Picard, who in 1808 commented on the Jews' choleric and melancholic temperaments, so that they have in general a shade of complexion somewhat darker than that of the English people. Just quoting Pritchard in 1830. Again, Pritchard refers to the particular English Jews, not to the Jews in general, but being somewhat darker than the English is hardly sufficient to make one black. In fact, one could have blue eyes and flaxen hair and still be darker than the English, as Picard himself wrote elsewhere. The Jews have assimilated in physical characters to have nations amongst whom they have long resided, though still to be recognized by some minute peculiarities and physiognomy. In the northern countries of Europe, they are fair or xanthious. Blue eyes or flaxen hair are seen in English Jews, and in some parts of Germany, and red beards in Jews are very conspicuous. But he says here the Jews of Portugal are very dark. We talked about the blackness of the Jews here in 1843. This is what Pritchard said. A different case is the description of the typical Viennese Jews of his time by the Bavarian Enlightenment writer. These are Enlightenment writers, Johann Pezzi, 1756-1823. 8 lines into the long, non-continuous citation that opens with, "There are about 500 Jews in Vienna." Pezzi is quoted saying, excluding the Indian fakirs, there are no contemporary of supposed human beings which come closer to the orangutan than does a Polish Jew. Remember how Chris Harris talked about he don't like how people talk down upon his people and how his black people and his culture and these black people that lived in huts or whatever, where they were looked at as orangutan. He said none was looked down upon like the orangutan, or the Portuguese or the Polish Jew, covered from head covered from head to toe in filth and dirt and rags, just like how you mentioned, Chris Harris, covered in a type of black sack, their necks exposed, the color of a black, the color of a black, the color of a black, their faces covered up to their eyes with the beard. Gilman, 1994, page 269.